4 testimonials from people who took Social Security at 62. What do you think? Do they regret it? Not regret it? Don't care anymore? What do you guys think? Leave me a comment from those of you who have taken Social Security at 62 or even 63, 64. Let me know. That's early to take Social Security. Let me know if you regret it or not. Here's some statistics first before I get to those testimonials. These are from the National Bureau of Economic Research. Ooh, pretty shishy kind of institution there, huh? Number one, only 19% of people who took Social Security early regret it. That's a pretty low number. I was thinking it might be a little higher than that. That's a pretty low number, 19%. 21%, or women are 21% less regretful of taking Social Security earlier than men are. So here's the first testimonial. This is from first of all, before I get to this, let me know when I go through these, what you think these people have in common, okay? First, let me get to the ones who do not regret. Number one, this is a farmer from New York. He took Social Security 62 because he was diagnosed with heart disease. So what did that do? That made him give up his full-time effort or work of being a farmer. All right? What did he do? He worked at a golf course and he drove a school bus part-time after that until he was 72 years old, until he finally retired. He does not regret taking Social Security at 62. He says they had a very low cost of living, so they're doing okay. But he did work part-time until he was 72. The second one is a man retired from a manufacturing plant. You know what? It rains out here and now I'm getting swarmed with these little bugs. What the heck, man? This man retired from a manufacturing plant at 62. Manufacturing plant, think about it. Physical labor, okay? A lot of people in those positions, those kind of jobs, retire earlier than the rest of us. Physical labor that bears down on you after a while. He collects motorcycles in his retirement. He has a wife who is 45 that still works, which obviously helps with their monthly expenses. He does not regret taking Social Security early. Okay? There's two. They both don't regret it. Here's the third one. A former teacher retired at 58. He lived off his pension until he started taking Social Security at 62. All right? His reasoning behind it was that the break-even point for him made sense. Now, he didn't explain that. Didn't have longevity in his family. It wasn't explained in there. But for him, the break-even point, which according to his calculations was 15 years after taking it to 62, made sense for him. Okay? He doesn't regret it at all. Pension at 58, Social Security at 62. All right? Here's the fourth one. This is from a woman who does regret taking Social Security at 62. She started taking the Social Security at 62 because their family was moving to a rural area. She didn't think there'd be too many job opportunities in that rural area. Turns out there was. Okay? She regrets taking Social Security at 62 because she could have kept working. She could have kept all that moving, getting more money by pushing it off because she would have still been working. She regrets it. Okay, so out of those four, what's the commonalities, guys? Can you think? Do you know? For those of you who are seeing me for the first time, my name is Duane, and this is a retirement channel for those on moderate income. If you think you might be interested in that, think about subscribing. We've got a growing community, and like the video as well. And if you really like it, down here, there's a link where you can buy me a coffee. Social Security, if you take it early, for the vast majority of people, is not a livable wage. would you call it a wage anymore? It's not a livable income for most people unless they have a very, very low expense lifestyle, okay? So what I've been preaching on this channel for months now, when you retire on moderate income, you don't need, it helps. It helps you sleep at night if you can be bringing in some other income, okay? That's one of the biggest things you can do. Hopefully, you'll find something you enjoy to do that. It doesn't have to be a lot of money, just something to supplement your Social Security check if you took it at 62. Now, those of you who had waited till later, it might be enough to get you by, okay? You never know. But these three people that had no regrets, one was still working, one had a pension, and one's wife was still working, okay? So think about it, guys. But there is a solution for this if you decide to take Social Security at 62 or whatever, anything earlier than full retirement age, you can do what they call a do-over. How does that work? You have to say that you don't want to do this anymore. You don't want to take Social Security within 12 months of receiving your first Social Security check. Okay? Also, you can't have applied for this before. It's a one-time deal. Now, if you decide within that 12 months that you want to go back to work full-time, no more Social Security, you have to repay what you have received already. Yeah, could be a bulk of money, right? So that's something you got to think about. But there is that option. If you decide that Social Security, for whatever reason, is not for you at that time. Okay? Now, my plans, as I've told most of you on this channel for a while now, I was originally going to take Social Security at 62. I am 61 now. I'll be 62 later this year. What am I going to do? I'm going to push it back by at least a year. Why? Because, as I've mentioned in this video way at the beginning, or probably towards the middle, I'm getting part-time income from my YouTube channel. And it's enough for me to take that part-time income along with the saved cash on hand that I have to be able to push that Social Security out by at least a year. I'm going to take it on a year-by-year basis. Things change all the time. So we'll see what happens. You need to bring something in to feel more comfortable, to give you more peace of mind, I believe, when you retire on moderate income. Okay? So think about it. You really got to think these things through, guys. Whoa, here comes the wind. You hear that? Almost blew my hat off. You got to think these things through. So, I think for the most part, if you take it early at 62, you will need to have like a side hustle or something to at least give you more peace of mind on the money that you're taking out. Now, luckily so far, because of my part-time income that I do on YouTube, I haven't had to touch my retirement savings at all. In 2023, I took nothing out of it, which is great because in 2022, the first year that I started taking money out, I took out about $22,000, $23,000. That was part of the 4% rule. I was at a little over that, 4.1, 4.2%. But just by not having to take it out in 2023, it's brought me way down, way down. So there's a lot of things to think about. If you can get some side income, you might be able to push that Social Security out, even if you're on moderate income. Okay, because if you take it early for people on moderate income, it's really not it's not going to probably cover all of your expenses. All right, it's just the way it goes, guys. So think about it. You really got to think those things back and forth. And hey, for you, my regular viewers, thank you so much for all the comments, for all the views so far. We're over 40,000 subscribers now and still going strong. So I just want to thank you guys so much for helping this channel grow. And you know what? Above that, above just the views, the comments. You guys leave great comments on here, on the channel. I get so many comments from people that have just started watching me. It's like, you know what? There's so many good comments on this channel. Well, yeah, because we have great people that watch it. They're very intelligent. They know what to talk about. They put their thoughts out there and their solutions on how to deal with a moderate retirement. So thank you guys, as always. And just remember, as always, we got this.